Hello, it's been a while. So this lawn you will have seen featured in one of my YouTube videos, Formal Lawns, Why? Question mark. And under normal circumstances you wouldn't mow or cut a lawn that you were establishing as a wildflower lawn at this time of year, which is, where are we now, April. Because you're letting stuff grow, and I mean this one doesn't have a lot of early flowering stuff in it. There's no primrose or cowslips, but there's some luzula in this bit where I'm kneeling at the minute, which is nice, but I need to give it a little bit of a tipping off because we have a problem, and I'll see if I can point it out to you. Sycamore seeds, because we're right underneath this brute. So every year there's a magnificent crop of sycamore seedlings coming up through the lawn. Now don't think that I'm lazy in the autumn and I don't come up and cut this and scarify it. I do, but you know, there's always going to be a few that you miss. That is the nature of seeds in it. And unless I got out here with a vacuum cleaner, there's very little chance of actually scarifying everything up with a springbok rake, grass rake. So yeah, we've got this problem, and you have to leave it till now, because now is when they're just starting to show their faces, and you let them get a certain height. And then you come along, as I say, the mower's not set very high, it's just tipping off the leaves, and once the seed leaves are off, that's it, they're deed, done for. So that's the thinking behind that. And then of course it gets, well, pretty much gets left alone. Obviously all the stuff I'm cutting off, those little tips and things, I want to get those off the lawn because I don't want any nutrient getting back into the ground, or to reduce that as much as possible. But I do mow a sort of central strip from, there's 2 flights of stairs lead onto the lawn from the patio area and then up to the glass house here. And then there's a little bit gets mown around the back of the tree and then down towards the compost bin. And I do let that grass lie because it keeps this path part looking quite lush and quite nice, but the rest either side, as you'll see in the YouTube video, blanked you off there, that comes up, and there's speedwells and buttercups and pig nuts as well, and there's other things emerging. And this is the garden where the first year I started maintaining it and we decided not to cut it regularly and treat it as a lawn. A spotted marsh orchid came up, so, and since then that's doubled. We now have 2 spotted orchids come up in this garden, and we're hoping for more later on. And the other reason for not cutting it on a regular basis was it's generally very, very wet, especially this bottom end down there. So running a mower through it was just creating tracks and churning it up, and it looked rubbish essentially. So letting it grow, and there's what else is growing down there? Some ajuga, some what do they call it? Bugle. Yeah, it's benefited from just being left, other than having that little narrow sort of mower's width path mowed through it. The rest just does its own thing and is very colourful and lovely. Yeah, so I'll try and get off my knees and carry on. Happy gardening.